What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on our channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we have decided to start this journey to talk about DJ related content such as product reviews, tips and tricks, tell our stories, learn something from each other, and at the same time learn something from you guys, and you guys can learn something from us. So if you are a beginner DJ or you are a seasoned DJ, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start the intro.
Yeah,
All
we got
right,
the
guys,
music back this week.
yes, sir, we're
We got
back
the
and at it
music.
again. So today
Episode
we,
11, man. 11 weeks on this podcast.
yes, sir, we're making it happen. And so today we're gonna just talk about, how to stay inspired, overcoming like creative blocks or just burnouts in general. There's a lot of people, a lot of DJs that have gone through any of the, especially burnouts. You can get burnt out real quick in this business if you're not doing the right things. And so Shay, let me go ahead and ask you that. How do you think, or what's the best way for you to avoid burnouts?
Yeah, starting off with burnout. I mean, I think burnout happens, when you're doing something really consistently, you're doing events really frequently, and when you're doing events that you don't necessarily enjoy all the time. So, so I found myself feeling burnt out the most when I'm booked for gigs like, on back to back weekends, and then the gigs are, playing music that I don't necessarily enjoy playing, or music that I have to kind of, like prepare for, but I don't enjoy listening to that much. So when I'm preparing, it's not as fun. When I'm playing the music, it's not as fun. And so I think how I avoid burnout is, number one, like, in the summer months you stay busy, but in those times that you have off, like, make sure that you really take advantage of that time that you have off. Because it's not only, DJing is mentally exhausting when you're there, but it's also really physically taxing too. And I feel the effects a lot of the burnout on my body too when I do too many events. So getting your body right, also in addition to taking a break, like, mentally. And then also, when you're booking gigs, book gigs that people like-minded clients, that fit kind of what you enjoy too. Because when you do those events that you're playing, like I said, you're playing music you don't like, maybe the clients are going to be difficult to work with, and you're going to, maybe not give your best performance also, because it's not sort of that's up your alley. So obviously, like you said, you take gigs sometimes to try something new, but if you're finding consistently that, like, you're booking gigs that don't really fit the type of music you like or the type of vibe that you like, then maybe you revisit, how the content you're making, or how you're attracting clients, and see if you can try to book clients that fit more with what you're looking for. Because I think that's a big contributor to burnout as well. How about you? What do you think?
So, well, in my point of view, I think that the way to avoid burnouts, at least for me, is I look for different type of music when it, because every time I do an event, it's mainly Hispanic, and recently, a couple, like a year and a half ago, it's been American and Hispanics. So I at times I feel like I'm playing like the same songs over and over again, and that that takes a toll, because at one point you're like, oh my god, like I don't play him. Obviously I never play him in the same, in the same order. It's always different orders, but I feel like sometimes I do play like the same songs, and they're like quote unquote the safe songs, because you
Mm.
know that people are gonna like it. They're very like top notch hits. And I feel like one way to avoid burnouts is to always be a little risk, take risk, play in every event, play some different music that you're not playing all the time. Also, um, investigate, look around for any other genres that you can play, or like even when you're not doing anything, practicing Like right now, with the T7 that I have, I've been practicing EDM music. I never played before EDM music, but I've started downloading a whole bunch of the EDM. I was like, let me
Mm,
try something different. So I'm doing like EDM music such as house, techno, all of that like rave type of music. So that's what I've been practicing just to clear my head from the usual stuff.
mm,
Another thing that we can do is get like inspiration from other sources. Don't just don't just play what you know. It's okay to test out. That's another thing that helped us a lot. It's the fact that we can test out. You have 6 hours. Well, 4 hours because ceremony and cocktail don't count. But actually, cocktail hour could count. But you have 4 to 5 hours to throw a couple songs that you never played before that are in the same genre. That way, you're not playing the same things, but then you still playing something different that fulfills you as a DJ, knowing that you're playing something different, and fulfills them because still the same genre that they wanted, but it's a different song that it might not be like a hit. It's known but it's not well known,
yeah.
like that type of things. Also, avoiding burnout, to at least to me, is at least give yourself some time off. If you have gigs every single weekend, at one point you're gonna burn out. Your body's
Yeah.
gonna get tired. You're gonna get burned out mentally and physically because DJing takes a lot of energy mentally because you need to analyze, you need to read the room all the time, you need to see what's best. Your head is working like 3 songs ahead from what's playing, and that takes a toll on your and your mental sanity.
Mhm.
You be tripping at one point. um and and physically wise, you're standing for 6 7 hours, your knees, your heels, even though you can use a anti-fatigue mat. I use one and my feet still hurt. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and I guess you could have a seat. I seen DJs that have like chairs or something, but to me it doesn't look professional, to like DJing sitting down.
Yeah.
It doesn't look professional to me, so I don't
Yeah,
sit.
no way.
I'm standing the whole time. And another thing, like there's people like, for example, like if you have an MC, like I have an MC, they're standing too, but they're moving around. We're
Yeah.
standing one spot for 6 hours. Obviously, your knees are gonna feel it. Your foot are gonna hurt. So those things takes a toll on yourself, on your body, and your mental health, and that's something that you we need to know how to level to not get burned out,
Yeah.
because it's very easy to get burned out if you do this like nonstop. You
Yeah.
need to set boundaries. Basically, we as DJs need to set boundaries as to how much we want to work and how often you want to work. So I think that that's one of the biggest things. Another thing is, right, prioritize your self-care. You have to make sure that you make time for yourself, for your family, clear out your mind, because it gets to the point that you're like, wow, like I don't want to do this no more. It gets to the point that it's not fun anymore,
Yeah.
and everyone that's a DJ started this because they love music. They love playing for other people, enjoy having people,
Making people
dance and
dance.
everything. Yeah, but if you get to the point that you're doing it just for money and not because you like it, you want to do it, then you're gonna get burned out real quick.
Yeah.
So your priorities gotta be straight too. You have to really, really love music, love what you're doing, love the type of events that you're doing, and there you go. And that's another thing that I do to avoid a burnout is take house parties, because that is the best time to and I always say this in every single event, gig, everywhere. I always say this: take house parties, and that's where you play every type of music. You get to expand and play something different.
Yeah.
You can be. I don't want to say you can be careless, because it's still an event and you still want to do it. Want to do it right, but you have more room for
Yeah.
error. If you mess up on something, it's not it's not a huge deal as opposed to doing it on a wedding or on a quinceañera or a sweet 16, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
a graduation party or a birthday party or anything like that. You have more room to try different things, and avoid the burnout type of concept that a DJ can get with playing constantly all the time and the same music. Even on playlists, when you have playlists, majority of the play like 9 out of 10 playlists that I've gotten, they're mostly the same songs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like they all want to hear the same 50 50
Pop
hit
songs.
songs in Spanish. So that's where you need to, like, dig really deep in your craze, find the best songs that you can match up with those must plays that they sent you, but play something else. Also, like, play different, like, let's say merengue. Suavemente is like one of the biggest songs that you can play in any event. You play it in a Hispanic culture, you play in a white wedding, and they'll still dance because
Yeah.
it's so known. But again, if you're playing Suavemente every single party, you get to the point that it's like, all right, this song is like, you burned it out already.
Yeah.
It's burned out. So if you build up to that song, or you start with that song and then start coming out for like a different type of songs that are not common, it's refreshing to at least to my memory. To my memory,
Yeah.
it's refreshing. So that's how I see it. I don't know if anyone in the chat, if you guys wanna let us know, how do you guys avoid burnout. We'll love to see that.
Yeah.
Another thing, how will you overcome like creative blocks, like, like when you're trying to do different things but you just nothing comes up.
Yeah.
how,
Oh, we got SA, we got Jason. What's up? Jason says Suavemente will get
yeah.
everyone up. Yeah, see, Jason knows too.
Unfortunately, to a certain point, yes, Suavemente will get everyone up. So, that's pretty much Suavemente is like your chacha's life for Spanish people.
Mm.
You play Suavemente, everybody gonna get up. When
When you
you,
hear that Suavemente,
yeah,
besame,
everybody's
everyone's
gonna be
like,
like, oh, and then, go into the dance floor and start dancing. So,
ah,
oh, we got Smiley too. Okay.
Smiley's in the building.
Yeah, what's
Yo,
up?
what's up?
Definitely. It can be a burnout mentally and physically. I hit the gym 5 to 6 days a week to stay
Ooh,
fit, and it helped me relax as well. If I go to the
yeah.
gym 5 to 6 times a week, bro, I get burned out of the gym. That's too
We
much
get
gym.
burned out. Dude, I actually found I started going to the gym, not doing like an intense workout, but I started going to the gym on the morning of a gig sometimes. And it just helps me feel like way more loose. And I feel like less sore after the event. Because usually after the event, I'm like, my leg is like, sore and like cramping and my back is starting to hurt. But going to the gym, I kind of get like a warm up and then my gig goes better. Like I feel more loose. I don't know if anyone else has that same experience, but that I've noticed that. So I start going to the gym in the morning if I have time. It's not a super early morning, and I do like a quick like lighter workout, and then I feel better for the gig.
Okay, no, I don't go to the gym, but
Bro,
what
that's
I
because you be holding the subwoofer over your head and walking through the grass.
yeah, yeah, true.
You
What
get
what
all the
I do
workout.
though, what
You
I
get
what I
workout all you
do
need.
is, when I'm going, let's say I'm going to an event, I'm always listening to a completely different type of genre that I'm not gonna play. Like, for
Mm,
example, I know, like, if it's a South American event that I'm doing, I know that they don't listen to like banda, like Mexican music. I know
yeah.
that they don't listen to it. So that's what I'm listening to on my way over there. So once
Uh,
I get into the event, I have a clear head, like clear mind, and I'm not thinking about the same songs that I'm gonna play. You know? Um,
Maybe I'll try that because what I do is I'll listen to the playlist that they sent me. I'll listen to that on the way to the gig sometimes.
oh yeah, no, I don't do that.
Because then I'm like, all right, I'm getting familiar with the music now. But oh, this is a good. I didn't forgot about this song, this one, this one. But he
But
says
see, that
burnt out.
that's
Oh,
that's the thing though. That's the thing with you're listening to the songs because there might be some songs that you haven't played before, and
Yeah,
you're getting accustomed to it. Your
yeah,
ears
yeah.
getting
So I
accustomed to it.
usually, yeah, I usually get some variety in the playlist. But
But
let's see what
majority of
Jason.
my playlists are all the same songs, so I don't want to listen to it
Yeah,
until I
yeah.
get
It's
to
a
the
little.
event.
That would be annoying. Burn down the slides. Yeah, start not to play them. Yeah, this is interesting because I think who Jay Book, I think he has a podcast too, but he had created one maybe just last week. But he was talking about how on the DJ on the Facebook group he had said this and he made a video about it. But like he like basically kind of challenged everybody to not to use like the slide, not to use the line dances unless you have to. And then a lot of DJs got really like upset and offended by that because they're like, oh, like why, like I've been DJing for 40 years, like I know what works, like the slides work, you know. And I think, and he said like basically what his point is that yeah, like obviously they'll work and they'll get people dancing, but you can create you can show people basically like a different experience. And it's like if you're doing what every other DJ is doing, then you're not really like what makes you special. So yeah, like slides, line dances, it'll get people up and get people dancing, but like what, who, if you like, what are you doing that's special then? Like what makes you different than somebody else? So you can get people dancing your own way.
But definitely like Jason said, he's like burnt out of the slides. Yes, it gets annoying that you have to play this like because majority of the must play it's on the must play like the cha-cha slide is like one of the one that everybody majority of events want it, and if it's in the must play you have to play it, and that is right. But if I don't have to, I won't play it.
Yeah, yeah, me
But
neither.
again, we're doing sweet 16s and
Yeah.
quinceañeras, and during school, like the biggest thing is the cha-cha slide, and you have all the kids asking for it. Yo, can you play the cha-cha slide? Can you play the cha-cha slide? And like I'm trying to push
Oh,
it,
really?
like
The kids ask you for that at like quinceañeras and stuff?
yeah,
Oh wow.
they want the cha-cha slide. And I try to push it. Like I don't play the cha-cha slide in the early stages. I'll play it like almost at the end because
Mhm.
I don't want to play it. But if they keep asking for it, I'm going to.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
like
No, I haven't done many Sweet 16s and that stuff, but I did the last one I did. All the kids just had like the new hip hop stuff. I had no idea any of the songs were, but they're like the
uh,
newest hip hop, like all those the new artists, and that was all it was the entire night. That's why I was like surprised.
so Smiley goes to the gym after the gig too, and
I
it
know
helps him
before
to
he
feel
said before.
relaxed. I
Yeah,
mean, I can see how it can relax. I can relax you. You know what relaxes me after the gig? Going to McDonald's and eating some French fries.
yeah. I
That's
go
what
to
relaxes
I go
me.
to Taco Bell. You guys can probably be pissed off about that, but I go to Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
That's my that's
Uh,
my post. That's always my post gig meal. Taco Bell at
hey
a
Jason,
wedding.
what's your after gig spot?
Yeah, after gigs.
Smiley, same to you. What's your after?
After
Oh, he
Taco,
goes to bed.
he
Oh,
says
he
he
goes
said
to Taco
after
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, see, I gotta hate McDonald's because of the French
McDonald's.
fries.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now Smiley says a biker slide. I never heard of a biker
A
slide
biker
before.
slide. What?
I never
One
heard
day,
of that one.
yeah, I never heard of the biker slide either. I
Yeah.
don't I don't know what that is.
Says he goes to bed after Taco Bell. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's why I definitely obviously if someone requests it or it's on the must playlist, then I'm gonna play it. Like like that they're like we talked about, they're paying us for the event, so I'm gonna play whatever they want. But if it's up to me, like I'm not gonna play those. I have them obviously in my dance crates, but they're just for there if people request them for sure.
Yeah, see, I
That'll burn
have
you
those.
out. That'll burn you out if you're just playing line dances all night. You're playing 7 minutes, another 6 minutes, line dance, line dance, line dance, and people are. But the thing is also at corporate parties or something where it's like awkward, nobody's dancing, and it's like you just need something to work. It's like
Mhm.
you at least like okay, like if nothing's working, these people are like don't really know each other or something, and it's not really like nothing's working. Like just hit the cha cha slide and see who gets on the dance floor, and then build it up after that.
So Smiley said Mexican parties must play songs usually Caballo Dorado, No Rompas Más, y El Payaso de Rodeo. Okay,
I
yeah,
haven't heard of it.
those are like the true Mexicans. Oh, that
I
hardcore
don't
Mexican. They like
no
that.
rompas más. I just know rompe by Daddy Yankee.
No, no, no rompas más. That's a line dance.
Oh, it's a
And
line dance.
yeah, and then
Oh,
payaso de rodeo is
I don't know
also.
any. I don't know any Mexican or like Latino line dances.
Well, now you know, caballo dorado is one, and you know
Caballo
what?
Dorado.
It kind of looks like the electric slide, kind
Oh,
of
really?
similar to it. Correct me
Interesting.
if I'm wrong, but I think it's like electric slide. And yeah, Smiley hits McDonald's too. There you go. See, we got 10 McDonald's, 2 Taco Bells. That's good. That's good.
That's how you fight burnout. You eat. You do something fun at after. Oh, the gig is fun too, but you do something. You give yourself a treat afterwards for the good job that you did at the event.
She breaky or
Achy
wait,
breaky heartbeat. Oh, yeah, I know
caballo
that song.
dorado is
I don't have that in my crates, but
yeah. If you listen to the song,
mm,
it's cool. It's a cool song, but it is like a line dance. But it's like heavily requested in the Mexican community.
Mexican parties. Huh.
Yeah, yeah, you have to play it. Pretty much, that's what it turns out to be. Uh, Now another thing, the to overcome creative blocks, I feel like listening to other DJs. Like different DJs that play different type of music, because everyone has their niche. Yeah, and listening to other people and what they play, it also helps you like refresh your mentality when you create your sets.
Yeah.
Now this I feel like it falls more for like club DJs and things like that, because they're also playing majority of the same songs every single weekend.
Yep.
And as we were probably not playing that much of every weekend, like the same song, the same spot, we might play the same songs but for different people. You know how many people go to the same club every single like weekend, and somehow you need to figure out a way to not overplay every song on every single weekend. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. What do you say? Let's see.
I
If you
got
do
I
not
gotta write these down because I'm gonna forget them.
not play them, you play first No Rompas Más, and then right after that, Payaso Rodeo. The second song is the same but faster.
Payaso. I'm writing these down so I can download them later.
Getting some tips. There you go. Getting some tips.
Getting some tips
I have
for
I have the No Rompas Más song. I have that one. And the
Payaso.
Payaso de Rodeo, I don't know if I have it, but at least in the parties that I played, I haven't played this. The Payaso Rodeo, I've never played it, but the No Rompas Más, I have.
Mm.
The this one goes No Rompas Más, mi pobre corazón. It's very
I haven't heard that one either. But again,
yeah.
like
You
I'm
check
not.
it out. It's pretty good. And
Yeah.
if you play on a Mexican party, they will line up and start doing their thing.
The electric slide.
Kind of like
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I agree. I think seeing other DJs, and that's why I spend so much time on DJ YouTube, all the time. So
Uh,
so I get so many ideas from here. And to be honest, sometimes you see like, you get ideas and you see like what you don't want to do, because it's like, for me, for example, for me it's the tube lights. I'm like I see everyone doing it, but I'm like, oh no, that's not for me, so I see certain things that I want to emulate and adopt and use for my own stuff, and then I also see stuff that I'm like, okay, well, now I got a chance to see what it looks like in real life, and then I'm like, then realize it's not for me, rather than me having to buy it myself and test it out. So like, it can you can get some great ideas off of YouTube. Everyone uploads their gig logs, and you can watch their whole like dance set and get ideas about songs from there too. And then social media too, a lot of it, at the end of the day, it's a lot of people just copying each other, so it's like somebody does a style of video, and then everybody starts doing like, reels and making similar things because it was successful. So you can still get inspiration from those, and then maybe you can create something original out of that, one day as well.
so yeah, definitely YouTube. YouTube is a huge one. I'm always looking at different DJs and their gig logs
Yeah.
and seeing like their flow.
Yeah,
I do that all
exactly.
the time, and
For emceeing, for yeah, like we were talking about before, like for me it's emceeing right now, and so that's why, like, shout out to Jason, dude. Your emceeing was great in that last video. So I'm always watching people and their emceeing styles, and the little lines and stuff that they use, and trying to adopt some of those too, because emceeing is something that I need to work on myself. So I always pay attention to those, especially on people's gig logs. So I get inspiration from that, for especially from YouTube right now.
oh yeah, yeah, the MC, and yeah, Jason's MC is pretty good.
Yeah, and
I
then
was checking out his videos, and
yeah,
I like the flow. I like the flow that he projects, the vibe that he
yeah,
has while he's doing the MCM portion. I like that. It's pretty cool.
yeah, and Pee Wee too. Right? He does the bilingual thing too, which obviously doesn't apply to me, but the energy and the confidence, and, like, the way you're walking around the room, and like even the way you, like, change your voice and stuff like that is stuff that Pee Wee does really well too. So
Yeah, and the
I,
thing
I
with Pee
always
Wee is that Pee Wee's
yeah,
doing it on the fly. Like he's like changing, like his head is like he starts talking in Spanish and like automatically boom, like changes in English and starts
yeah,
like
yeah,
saying the
that's
same
good.
thing but in English. Like it's crazy how you have to think, like how fast we can think to
Yeah,
to like just switch flip, like it's like flipping a switch and start speaking in a different language.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so it's crazy.
Hey, the American Danish wedding was fun. Yeah. So do you
It was fun.
Jason, do you plan it out? Like, do you have a script or something, or do you have like a few go-to lines, or do you just kind of, you know, you
Free
do it
flow.
all on the fly? Because that's one of the things is I'm like, I tried it once where I wrote it down, and then I, like, kind of rehearsed it in my head, and then I feel like I had more success that way. But I don't know. It's with the emceeing, I'm
So
trying to experiment with things.
while he tell us how he does it, I told you, I I I was going to start doing the MCing part of my in my business, but it's just not. I can't. It's not me. Like I grab the if I grab the microphone and I stand in front of people, like I freeze. Like I can't. I just can't do it. So when I got Pee Wee to do it, we didn't know how to go about it. So I started
Mm,
watching like different MCs, like just talking,
yeah.
and and then I came I came around. I listened to Bar. I
Mm,
listened to Bar's intro, and I copied that, and then I changed just a couple of words, and then I sent it to him, and I was like, "Look, this is like a draft raft. Use
yeah.
this and make it your own." Um, yeah, he at first when he first started, he used literally verbatim everything that I sent him,
Mhm.
and then little by little he started getting more comfortable, and that's when he
Yeah, going
started
off
just
script.
doing do, doing his own thing and made it his own. Like when he first started, obviously it sounded like he literally was reading, but now
Yeah,
like
no,
he
he's super,
literally
it sounds
yeah,
natural.
it sounds very natural.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's how you start. Like
Yeah, exactly.
there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
other there's no other way. You have the only way to do it is to like face it,
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. Just do
And
it.
I feel like right now I'm telling you, oh no, I can't. I feel like I can do it, but I bet you that if one day I don't know people get sick and something and he can't make it, I'm gonna have to do it.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have to suck it up and do it. So
That you'll be reading. It's not like you're reading. You can read off something too. Yeah,
yeah,
Jason.
definitely I'm reading. I
He's like,
until I get
Jason
used
has
to
a
it.
format in his head and then tweaks it each event. That's awesome.
Oh
And then
no, okay.
Smiley is his emceeing in Spanish sucks, but in English he's more comfortable. That's interesting. Yeah.
So same with Pee Wee. Pee Wee's Spanish. Uh, I want to say it's like an 8 out of 10. There's words that is really hard for him to say in Spanish, or
Yeah.
like names. But besides that, he's fine. See, he's good. But yeah, English is just like his
Yeah.
forte. His flow. Like you give him an English, and he's like 1,000 times confident.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
in Spanish, maybe not 1,000 times confident, but he's like I want to say like 900
Hmm.
nice confident. So that's it. But that's it. I mean, I don't know if Smiley, if like Spanish is that your second language, if or oh, how many languages do you speak? I don't know. If it's your second language, then it's with reason that your MC in Spanish is gonna it's not gonna be as good as
Yeah.
in English. And
All right.
Guevara,
We got a new
welcome
participant.
welcome to the
Welcome.
yeah
Welcome,
welcome
Al.
to the show. So he says, "Hello, DJs. How's it going? It's going very well. I'm a DJ from Boston. Shout out to Boston. I do
Welcome.
Latino and whatever I prepared for. Oh no, and whatever I prepared for. I like to thank you guys for all the gig logs and videos that you guys post. That way I can learn new things.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? And this is exactly what I do. This, I when I post my gigs, I want you guys to see it, and get ideas from it, and see if I'm doing something wrong, to let me know I'm doing something wrong, because sometimes we don't see what we're doing wrong until somebody else tell us, hey, maybe you're not doing it wrong, but you could do this different. You can do this way, and it's better. It might not be wrong, but there could be better ways to do it, like better ways to set up your system, better ways to station yourself. Like, I'm 100% opposed to being on a corner. I don't want to be in a corner, but maybe some of you have a different point of view and be like, oh yeah, a corner is fine. All you have to do is this and this and that. I don't like to be in a corner, but again, if you guys see a different way, I'm open to hear, like, and tell me why, to learn, because every single day it's a learning experience. You have to learn every day. If you're not learning something, you're not doing it right. You have to learn.
Yeah.
So let's see what Smiley said. Spanish my first and English second. Oh boy. Okay, that's something else. It seems many times out this way the vibe is more outgoing in English speaking people. I don't know if you have ever experienced different reactions from people when emceeing. So with well, you know what? Actually, you're kind of right. So when Pee Wee does emceeing in Spanish, the reaction is not as loud as it is in English when you
Hmm.
do it when American people are there. So they're more loud. But when it comes to partying, Hispanics will party, I think, harder than Americans would. In my experience, I'm not saying that it's 100% true, but in my experience, Hispanics party harder than Americans.
Hmm.
Me, I don't know. What about you? What do you think with
Yeah,
Middle
I don't know.
East?
That's interesting. I wonder if it's like the reactions. Is it because usually if you're asking somebody, make some noise or something in English, and then you see if you say it again in Spanish, then maybe the people already made noise the first time. So I don't know. I don't like. I'm not sure because I haven't done a bilingual emceeing before.
It wouldn't, no, it wouldn't be like, so let's say if you're doing a Spanish and a Spanish Hispanic wedding, right? And then he's like, hey, agambuya, you get like, ooh, things like that. But if you say it to an American crowd,
Hmm.
they're loud. They're going at it, like, yeah, like, going at it.
That's
But
interesting.
and that's in the beginning, obviously, in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. But then when it comes to
But when
dancing,
it comes to
everybody
the dancing, the party, like, yeah, they're like little some, and then but Hispanics are like, you need a bigger dance floor for all the Hispanics to
maybe
play
because when
to
the
be.
lights turn off, then they go crazy the more than than the American crowds.
Yeah, but like, I don't know why is that. I guess like
Hmm.
Hispanics are more reserved in the beginning of the parties until
Yeah.
they're drunk, and then they want to like
Yeah.
go loud, go crazy. Also, like,
Yeah, they're
Americans don't
quiet.
need to get drunk to be loud.
They're quiet until they get drunk.
So Guevara said, I'm more like a club DJ. I was at a club for
Oh,
15
nice.
years and now I'm a mobile DJ. Out here in Boston, we have so many DJs that I am not saying that I'm better than them, but because of the experience and more.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
lot.
more.
That's a lot of years in the club scene for sure. 15 years.
So, Guevara, has it been the transition from club DJing to private events? Because it's a huge different type of music as well.
Yeah.
Like it's
No
very different.
playlist. You go from no playlist, no requests to playlists and requests.
Yeah, like you go no from nothing to being like micromanaged basically with all the playlists that you have to play and the setup, carrying your own equipment and things like that. It's
I think
it's
that's the biggest
crazy.
thing. When you go to a club, is everything set up for you? The decks are already there. You just, if you bring your laptop or whatever, you in the back of the day, you're bringing CDs or whatever. But now it's like you bring in the speakers, you bring in the lights, you got to set everything up, and you got to break it all down at the end of the night too.
He said like I'm more like a mixing DJ, not a crown people person.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, it's
same with
tough.
me. I've never played on a club. I've been invited to play in a club, but I don't want to. But same with me. I'm a mixing DJ. I like to do mixing, and I like quick mixing too. So I'd be doing quick mixing a lot, and I'm I don't know. I don't know. I can't relate to you because I've never DJ a club. So I could get a lot of information, a lot of knowledge from you and your 15 years of experience in DJing clubs. That's crazy. That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of DJs. We have so talking now that we're on this topic, Shay, how do you stay inspired? So now we talked about burnouts and we talked about like blocks, creating like how to create overcoming creative blocks, which we said, going on YouTube, seeing different DJs, experiment with your equipment. Now that we have stems, you can do so many things. You can use a vocal from one song, use a different instrumental for another song, and literally make a mashup on the fly,
Yeah.
which it inspires your creativity to a bigger horizon.
Try different things. Yeah.
So, what
Yeah,
inspires you?
for me, it's just like for me, it's seeing. I'm the problem. I think my thing is I'm not super creative, so I don't come up with like ideas on my own. But like if I see somebody else doing something, then I could think of a way maybe to like like if people are doing these mashups, right? Like that's all the rage is like mashups, and you post a reel about it and this and that. So I started doing that a little bit, but then the types of mashups that I make, then I'm obviously not just copying the exact same thing someone else did, so I'm trying to create my own mashup, but the idea is still the same. So I feel like I get the inspiration from watching other DJs, and then I have some few DJs, some other like Bollywood Indian DJs that I'm like, okay, like that's what I could see myself kind of being like in the future. And then I kind of follow them and see like, what they do and try to basically emulate that. And then, like that with the goal of, becoming like that one day in the future. So for me, basically a big part of it is seeing what other people are doing and like, like trying to talk to them, trying to pick their brain, and then using that to basically not like copy them and in a way, and do what they do.
So to piggyback around what you said, what inspires me is the fact that I always want to come up with something fresh when it comes to like, but on the fly. So I could be playing. So when I'm practicing, I literally grab like, let's say, 10 to 15 songs, right? I'm grabbing 10 to 15 songs on my prepare list, and I just start playing and playing and playing until something pops in my head, like, oh, like this word, I can match it up with this word and just transition to that, or I can this song like a beautiful girl from Sean Kingston. I was playing with it, and then I got the acapella, took it and took out the grabbed the acapella from the Sean Kingston song, and I don't know if you heard the song is what's it called? Buscando Money. That's what it's called. It's an EDM track. So I put the instrumental of Beautiful Girls with the vocals of Beautiful Girls with the instrumental of Ando Buscando Money.
Mm.
And look, the song is so lit I even thought about putting, making on TikTok,
Yeah,
making
yeah, yeah.
a
Make a
short or whatever.
yeah,
But then I just I was so inspired by that I wanted to do more and
to
more
make
and more and
more.
more.
Yeah,
So I didn't record it, but that's one thing that inspires me a lot.
yeah,
Being able to like play around with music, do stems,
yeah,
and just go crazy.
yeah.
And
Trying the stems really, I think, it made a lot easier for people to be creative too. 'Cause it's like you just so it's so easy to make mashups now. So that's why
it's
Smiley
the
saying
opposite. It's the
stems
opposite of sync. I'm just saying.
fire. Yeah, exactly. Now use the sync
It's
button
the
and stems, bro. That's it. Take it
it's the
over.
opposite. It's the opposite.
That's it. Then you're that anyone could be a DJ now.
Okay, let's see. Oh well, Smiley said there's a DJ on YouTube. I think is the Tower similar, but he seems to play at clubs and weddings. But his videos he mixes like in the club. But it seems dope and sounds cool though.
I haven't heard
It
of that
could be. It could be.
guy.
There's people. There's couples that do want like a club style party. So that's perfect for you guys that do clubs. But majority, at least for my events that I have, they want a more traditional, not so much of a clubby type.
Mm,
But again, the mixing is the same. Mix is still the same. It's very hard to deal with people. It is, and that's what I deal with over here in Boston. The people
mm,
like more lights and interactive with them. Oh, so you also
yeah.
in Boston they want like more talkovers and more lights.
Yeah, but that's the thing with private events is like you're doing customer service basically.
Yeah, that is true.
Hey, challenging myself to evolve. Yeah. Watch out for getting stuck. Yep. Yeah. I think that's the thing. Like when you like what Jay Book was talking about is when you play the line dances or you fall back on those, it's basically you're becoming complacent. Because you're like, all right, I know this works. This has worked for 20 years, and this is what I'm gonna keep doing. But it's like, like Diego was saying, just challenge yourself to try new mixes, play new stuff, and then that way you can keep evolving too.
I'm glad he brought it up. So by the way, to me,
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah. No, this is a
yeah,
separate point.
did you end up fixing or changing the DMX stream? So the antenna broke, but it still worked. So when I put it back in, it still worked. So I haven't changed it yet. But if I do decide to change the DMX stream, I will most likely go with either the sound switch one or the wolf mix. I do not want this Wi-Fi itself thing. I want something like standalone because right now I have to use my phone to control my lights with the Airstream DMX, and
Yeah.
it takes away from me being able to record like snaps or shorts with my phone because I'm using the Wi-Fi of the Stream DMX to control my lights. Now, if
Mhm.
I go to SoundSwitch, like they have like the preset settings or anything like that, and now they have the controller that you can buy and get that, and the Wolf Mix, it's buttons too. So to me, and the only thing I use DMX for heavily is for the spotlight and to control the lights, like during dinner I don't want the lights going off, so I have them turned off, or during the first dance I have like the spotlight and my watch effects are like projecting the white light to the whole room, but after that I just turn it off because we don't need them. And then once the party starts, I just press one button, and then all of my lights do the same thing. So that's pretty much what I don't heavily use DMX, and because I don't want to spend a lot of time DMXing. So I think in that sense, Sound Switch will be better because they have already preset like things, and I guess that's what I'm looking for. But I do like the Wolf Mix, like the look of it. So I don't know. I have to do a lot of research in
Yeah.
regards to which I would go for.
Smiley's the one who got you on sound switch. Once you get your fixtures, has to be auto looped and ready to be played.
See?
Then after you can add it in time. Yeah.
And that's
Dude.
exactly what I mean. Sound switch is already like pretty much like dummy proof. It's halfway done for you already, as opposed to the Wolf DMX. You have to do everything yourself, and it could if you don't know, like it's not an analog, so it's not gonna be as hard as doing it analog wise. But the Wolf mix, you still gotta patch it, and you still gotta like to do whatever you have to do. It's gonna take longer than Sound Switch.
Yeah.
Sound Switch is much easier. But everyone likes different stuff. Everyone gotta you have to get what's gonna work best for you. So, and just like for Shay and myself, the both lighting IR4s work perfectly because with one press of a button,
There's a
they
remote.
all yeah, with the remote they all do the same thing. And what do we really use the up lights for? Just to uplight the circumference of the venue. And then once the party starts, you just put it on sound mode on one of the four sound modes that they have, and they all doing the same thing. So it projects a nice light show. Or you can put it on fade. You can put it on what's on strobe. Like you can strobe it when you go into like EDM track. So things like that. Whatever makes it easier for you and less stressful on yourself, do it because it's that's essentially what we're looking for. As long as we understand that the main thing for us is for the people to have fun and enjoy the music that we're playing. To me, lighting comes in like a second. It's like a second thing. It's not it's not as serious as it would be in Boston, I guess, based on what based on what they're saying. What did Smiley say? For what you're looking for, you can run some switch even with nano. Dude, I don't even know what that is. Nano code. I can't even say that word. Key MIDI control for $50. Oh, so that's a mini controller for $50. Huh. Okay, that sounds interesting. $50. That's my wheel. That's on my wheelhouse.
No, but yeah, but that's he's saying you do sound switch and then you just plug in that MIDI controller to your laptop. And then you have physical buttons to switch the scenes that you have set.
All right, DJ. I'm sorry. I know that I follow Diego on lot of entertainment, but DJ, what's your page so I can follow you? Thank you.
Yeah, I wrote that, Mr. Maui.
Okay. Yeah, he has the name of a speakers that he doesn't own yet, but he will eventually.
Yep. Mr. Maui 44G2.
Yeah. Well,
No, but
so
I was Mr. Maui before the Mauis. So they copied my name. They gotta send me the Mauis now.
so so Guevara, yes. So Shay is really good with explaining, especially when it comes to like lighting stuff. He's really good at his videos.
I have gear reviews of like the gear that I own. So anything that I've bought, it's all with my own money and stuff that most of the stuff I still have. Just this one, the wireless XLR, I ended up returning that, but I said that in the video too. But most of the
Yeah.
stuff is stuff that I own that I just made videos about. So, and the biggest one is the booth, the lavish booth. That's the biggest video on my channel.
So is mine.
So
I
yeah, so
think so is
people
mine.
are searching for the booth, and it's that one is great.
It's because it,
That's like my favorite piece of equipment that I have.
it it doesn't I to me it doesn't make sense to spend that much money on a booth like
Yeah,
on the shell. Not even like it's like
yeah, the shell.
2,500 for that when you can build your own
Yeah, well,
cheap.
the problem is the how do you transport the big ones too are hard to transport, and you have to assemble it when you get there and stuff like that too. So it's like I know people have those boots, but then for me it's like it saves time and it's all customized. Everything is built in, so that's why I like this one.
Like to me, if like the bun booth was like maybe like 1,000 to 1,500, maybe I would have thought about it.
Yeah. But I
But
don't know if that
25,
one. I don't know if that one you can keep everything inside while you transport it,
I think so.
because you have to like you have to. But the way you transport it with everything in it is like you need like a trailer though. Oh, you bought it.
Dude, I bought my drawer and haven't got a chance to make it.
Put it in the
My wife
living
said I got 2 months, or she will just send out the drawer to put in the living room.
room, bro. That's funny. That was funny. Is Peck said that because his looks so nice, they like use it as furniture in his living room or something too. Because it literally just looks like a table.
Yeah, I wish that was the case in my house. My wife was like, I don't want that. I don't want that near the house. So I had to get a storage for it.
Oh
So
man, no, mine. I have this room that I'm in is kind of like my DJ studio, so I have it here all the time.
okay, see
But
that's a good thing. If you have a like an extra room where
yeah,
you can have all your equipment, or at least like to practice, then that's a good thing. I don't have an extra room, so I I practice
yeah,
wherever I can. And now that I got the T7, where I literally walk around my house with it until I just plug it in and start playing music. So
on your
it's
lap.
yeah, that's another way to avoid a burnout. Don't DJ in the same spot every single time
Yes.
because
Dude, you could be
the
like those people on Instagram. Now the new thing is like you're in like a beach or something, and you have like some like tiny controller, and they're like DJing on the beach or something. Make a reel out of it.
yeah, and nothing is connected. Yeah,
Yeah,
I seen
nothing's
those.
connected. Yeah, they're just like twisting the knob and just
Yeah,
pretending.
so
I
yeah,
saw Yeah,
pretty
I
much.
saw one guy doing that with like I don't even know what he was using. He was using like those pianos that you use to like produce music, like a MIDI
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
keyboard.
yeah.
He was like fake twisting the knob, like pretending he was DJing with like a MIDI keyboard, and like playing his mix in the background. But
And
it's
nothing
just
was
like
connected.
it's just for the background, they're like on vacation or whatever.
Yeah. So another thing that helps with like the inspiration and avoiding the burnout, and also overcoming the creative blocks that we get at times as DJs, is that to set realistic expectations. So like we have to recognize our setbacks, and we need to understand that once we're blocked, once we feel blocked, to find something that is more challenging for us. Because if we keep doing the same thing again, and I keep going back to that, if we keep doing the same thing, it's you're not gonna get out of the block that you have, out of the and then you're gonna get burned out because you're blocked. So we need to challenge ourselves to look for other parts of DJing that can help us to stay active, to stay up to beat, and to stay with like with the love that we have for music. Because essentially everyone that's a DJ, we are here not so much for the money, but we're here because we love music and we love to play it. We love to make other people dance. We love the control that we get from like having other people dancing to whatever you're playing.
Yeah,
So let me see
no,
what
I
they
agree.
said.
Now I got a question. Yeah, so I have the Rev one. So first, I don't think and then the second thing is I use Serato, but I think let me just check. It's right here. I don't think I
Say,
have
can you toggle or push with the RS7 or virtual DJ to turn on the roll loops? Because I have.
at least on Serato I have to keep it held to do roll loops. So it's like when I let it go, I keep it held, and then when I let it go, it releases the roll loop. But yeah, I have the Rev one too. So Rev one, yeah.
I've
Yeah,
I've
Serato's
never.
the same way. Serato's the same way. You keep it held, and then when you release it, the roll loop will stop.
Yeah, the roll loop. Yes, the roll loop on Serato, you have to keep it pressed.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. I don't know if
but
I'm sure. Dude, virtual
you can
DJ
map
lets
it.
you. Yeah, but virtual DJ lets you change everything. So I don't know if Serato lets you
Serato,
change
yeah,
that.
Serato does too.
Oh, really?
You can map it. So basically, like me, my for my SX2, I mapped the rolls because I don't really use it that much. So I took out the roll and then I put stems. So my stems are on my
Oh, I
roll
let it
button.
roll.
Yeah. So I connected.
No, I did. I put the stems. You know what I did on the loop buttons? There's like a loop that's like half, and like it triggers. It doesn't. It triggers a loop, but it makes it like half the size or double the size of the loops. I
Yeah,
changed those to my stem buttons, so I have acapella and instrumental on
it's
those
right.
instead.
Yeah, but that you use that's on virtual DJ, right?
No, no, on Serato. I use Serato. Yeah, but that's me. That's awesome. You've seen my video. Yeah, that was me. I talked about the IR4s after I had the Rockvilles. Nice. I'm glad you've seen my videos. That's awesome.
And yeah, and the same way I also and I went through the same path kind of because uh
Yeah, the
Shay
Rockville.
Shay went from Rockville to bulb lighting. I also went from Rockville to
Yeah.
bulb lighting.
Well,
So
I remember you commented that you were looking at the Rockville the RF4s to buy them, and then you also saw my video on the IR4 and then saw like that it had better functionality than the RF4.
yeah, so once I saw your video, I was like, you know what? Because I saw like I don't know, you just look like a genuine person. It's like you were not bought by the company
Yeah,
to say
yeah,
those things.
exactly.
So I was like, you know what? I trust him. So that's why I reached out and you were kind enough to like talk to me about it. And then that's why I bought the and now I have 24 IR4s.
Yeah.
So
No, they're
and
great.
I'm probably looking to get more later this year. So that's uh,
Yeah, no, they're legit. And yeah,
yeah.
it looks like yeah, I'll end up going with the Rockville. Yeah, I made a video on those too as well. They're the same. It's the same thing, but the only thing is the if you use Master Slave, then the IR4 is easier to control with Master Slave. The Rockvilles
Oh yeah.
is Master Slave is a little bit more like small, has a few more steps, but
I
you get the Rockville brand. The both lighting brand is great. I haven't had any issues with them at all.
Me neither. Both
Yeah.
lighting is great,
I had
and
one issue. I had one issue with the light, and they sent me the part, and it was like I replaced the battery myself at home. So they sent me the new battery, and I got it. I got
it
all
is
fixed up.
like it's easy to take it apart.
Yeah, yeah, it's easy
Yeah,
to do. So I just that's why I just ordered direct from China. Like I don't do the Rick Webb's thing because you have to pay more.
that's way overpriced.
Yeah, it's overpriced, and the guys still have a 1 year warranty with both lighting. So at least you have that. Yeah,
Okay, so
Rockville. I don't know what their warranty is, but they did. They
okay.
took my lights back, so I sent them back to them, and I had everything in its packaging, and they took it back. So I buy a ton of Rockville stuff. It was just that when I had the choice between the two, I just the both lighting for me were the better choice. So I ended up going with those in the end.
Does both lighting have better warranty? Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what their actually. I'm not sure what
I
the
think
actual
Rogue
warranty is.
isn't it Rogueville have like 2 years, 2 year
Probably
warranty?
that sounds that sounds right.
Because
Because
both lighting has
that's what
one,
Rick
right?
Webb does.
Both lighting I think is 1 year warranty.
Both lighting, the China one, if you buy direct, is 1 year, and then from Rick Webb, it's two
It's like
years.
two. Yeah.
But for me, it's like if something's gonna go wrong with the light, it's probably gonna go wrong in the first year, anyways. Like the only thing is the battery power can decrease, but that's with any battery. That's what I have to see now is how long is the battery gonna last on these uplights, before the charge starts dying and stuff. Yeah, Rockville RF6. Well, what's interesting is what Rick Webb keeps saying is that both lighting makes the lighting for Rockville. Like they're manufactured by both lighting, which is interesting because it's like, it's like the same product, it's just branded as Rockville. But then
Everything is Chinese. So
yeah, but it's like it's manufactured by both lighting, so they're like the same product basically in the end. That's why they have like similar looking products too. Yeah, what do I have? I have Rockville bags.
I have Rogueville totems.
Yeah, the
I
totem.
every
Yeah, the
when I
totems.
first started, everything that I had was Rogueville.
Yeah.
So my Rogueville
The
totem,
totems,
Rogueville
are
facade.
probably their most famous thing because so many DJs use those Rockville totems.
Yeah, the RGP no
The
RPT or
RPT, the Go.
RPT 32s.
Yeah.
That's the ones I have. I have four of those. So, but yeah, they're awesome. I love them. I love the fact that you can like take them apart
Yeah,
and see, I love it, but I hate it. I love the fact that they're so compact that you can
yeah,
take it
setting them
everywhere,
up.
put it anywhere. But to set them up and tear them down, it takes a minute. You know,
Yeah,
it takes a minute, and that's the only thing that is setting is the only if part about it. Besides that, it's all good. Let me see. Smiley said, "Yeah, the big difference, though, Rockville don't have uplighting with channels like the IR4. They have the RF4, but no channel selection, which I hate on my RF.
yeah. It's all on
That is one.
DMX
That's
channels.
another reason why I went for the IR4 from Wolf Lighting because of the same thing. I'm glad you said it because it reminded me of why I selected the other one. It was the fact that you could change the channel
Yeah.
and still be able to manage it with the press of one button. And Guevara says I use the Shabbat Uplight
Ooh,
38,
not
not
wireless.
wireless.
Yeah, that's
So
tough.
when I went
When you
wireless, I went with the Rock.
when you had to
That's
like plug in all the uplights and DMX them with a cable, oh my god, that's like,
yeah, that's
can you
crazy. That's
imagine
one.
how long that takes?
Yeah, no,
So
that's
anything
one thing
anything
that I don't want.
wireless. That's why I never bought uplights until the like these small little IR4s and RF4 types came out. I was about to buy the RF4 the year before because both lighting had the RF4 came out the year before that, but I was like, the Master Slave didn't seem that good, so then the IR4 came out. I'm like, it's been great so far. But yeah, having to plug in the up lights, like finding a socket for each of them and like all around the room, and then running extension cords for your up lights. Oh man,
Yeah. Oh, okay. We're almost done here. Just
yeah,
I want to leave you guys with something. The last thing that I think that it could help you a lot with inspiration, blocks, and burnouts is to build a support system. Make sure that you surround yourself with positive people like your friends, your your family, if you have a mentor, with people that are gonna help you to boost up and people that understand your demands, that whatever they understand what you need and they can go hand in hand with you. If you don't have that, it's really easy to fall. So make sure that you have friends that are there to help you and to assist you if any way, shape, or form that you need. At the same time with the family, if your family supports you, it's so much better. You always gonna get encouragement. So that's another thing. So to at least to me, I have my family, like my wife, my mom, my dad. I have my mom. My mom is the my biggest critic. Every time she goes to a party that I'm DJing, the next day she's like, "Oh, like you did really well," and then sometimes you're like, "You know what? I think you did okay because I didn't know a couple of songs." So
mm,
things like that. So, and it's funny, but those type of things, reminds you of okay, like I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to get better at this, things like that, and at the end of the day is as long as you're learning something new every day and you're always practicing because DJing is not just plug and play and that's it. You gotta practice. You need to own and know your music very, very well. You don't just download a song, go to an event and try to play it. No, make sure you listen to the song. You had a whole couple weeks, months to like prepare and listen to the songs, and so you can be better. You just don't go and like I don't like whatever happens happens. Like you have to be well prepared for events, especially if it's weddings. You have to be very very well prepared. Let me see what they got. The last comments before we leave. And okay, we're down one.
I'll say angry.
Guevara, he mad. He mad.
Hey, man,
Okay, I record some videos on my phone, and my wife works on the promo videos from what I record and the promo videos for the 360 photo booth. We are trying to get to regular photo booth. See that's perfect, man. That's I'm telling you, that's beautiful. The fact that you have your wife that supports you and it helps you out with this and understands like the demand that you have. Because if she doesn't understand that you are gonna be working, your weekends are gonna be where the money is, you're gonna have a lot of problems with it, family wise. And that's something that helps a lot. That when you have people, your friends and your family to support you, and that understand what you need, and rent them on the same day while I DJ, and then have to
Nice.
have the income of photo booth. And yeah, so pretty much exactly what I do with my photo booth. Even though I don't promote it like you guys, like you do, Smiley. What I do have, like, my wife runs the photo booth. I do have it on my packages and stuff, but she runs it. I don't. I do everything. I do everything else though. The overlays, the setup, the contract, all of that. I run. All she does is runs it once she gets there, which it takes. It's a lot too. It's a lot. It's a lot of work to deal with a whole bunch of people making lines, and sometimes drunk people that you tell them. And I have the 360 photo booth, so you have to tell them the rules, like do not jump around when the arm is moving. Do not try to like get out because you're gonna get hit. There's so many things that you have to take in consideration, especially with the 360. If you have a regular booth, like a photo booth, then it's fine because at times the self worked. The person goes press the button and then just goes to the backdrop, and there you go, the picture is taken. But with the 360, it requires someone to be there and assist the people to go to get the video done, and if you want a picture, get a picture. But if you have people, family, friends that support you, you'll be in a good shape. It'll be really hard for you to don't get inspiration out of that, because you're always gonna have people behind you that's gonna inspire you to do better, to be better. And your burnouts are gonna be less because you still have other people that are helping you becoming coming up with like fresh stuff and with different mentalities. And this is a big well said, that two, three, or four heads think better than one, or are better than one. So that's a huge thing that we also got to take in consideration, guys. Before you, I like to thank you guys for the time that you guys spend to help us teachers to take advantage of those ideas and recommendations to learn to make it easy for us. Thank you. Well, no, thank you for the time that you guys are actually spending to listen to these two heads right here. Again, we decided
Yeah.
to do this because we wanted to help people, and there's so many DJs that are starting, so many DJs that are might be like in their intermediate level, that want to speak out and want to listen from other DJs that are not too big, and like it seems unreachable, but it's not. You can reach big levels of income, and you can also reach big levels in what I want to say. Come on, Shay, help me out. It went out of my head. It just flew off. It just
Income
flew
and
off.
fame. I don't know. Fame. What are you
No, no,
talking
not fame, but like business wise, like you can grow in
about?
your
Like levels of
professional wise.
success.
There you go.
Success. Yeah.
Professional wise.
Professional.
So yeah, that's what I meant to say. So, but thank you guys for
Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for
thank you
supporting
for
too.
joining and
And
supporting
we
us.
learn from you guys too. Like that's a big reason why at least for me wanting to do this too, is learning from everybody else and having these conversations and bouncing ideas off of each other too.
Yeah, exactly, and that was the first thing that we both said when we started this journey, is that we wanted to connect with other people, and I this was the best way that we could do it, and again, like Smiley, I'm telling you, man, if you want to jump into one of our shows, let us know. Give out if you want to be on one of our shows. Let us know. We'll go ahead and invite you, get you in here, and so we can discuss and just talk about DJ stuff, things that we like, we love, and all of us. We had Jason, which it was a great. It came out to a great turnout. He was really good, really great, good guy. and he's fun. He was fun to talk to. So we really hope for you guys to help come and jump in with us and discuss and share ideas, learn from each other, and get better together. So guys, with that being said, we're gonna cut it off right now because we already went 10 minutes past. We always go past an hour, but
That's good. It's good
um,
to be
but
going past
we're
because
having
of
fun. We're having fun,
yeah,
and
exactly.
we're sharing knowledge. So that's the best thing that we can wish for. And again, thank you guys very much for the support, the love, and we'll see you on the next episode. All right,
See
you
you
have a good
next
one.
week. Yes, sir.
Peace.